It has been years and years, but I am finally back here in XI'AN, and this morning I actually woke up to snow. It's crazy. It's the end of February and we have puffy snow in the streets of XI'AN. I mean, check out how beautiful this is. Not only is this city one of China's 4 ancient capitals, but it's also one of its top food capitals too. Thanks to the Arabic influence from the Silk Road all those years ago, you'll find a diverse and exciting cuisine here that I'm going to be exploring over the next few videos on my channel. I'm feeling like a kid in a candy store right now because some of my favorite foods of all time are from here in XI'AN, but with so many things I want to try, I've really got to go into the next few food-filled days with a strategy in mind, much like I would attacking a breakfast buffet, for example. So in the lead up to this trip, I've done my best to segment the must-eat foods here in XI'AN into separate video topics. And today our topic is noodles. But first, let me define noodle as it pertains to today's video. So in English, it's pretty simple. Noodle is an all-encompassing word that refers to anything long, thin, carby, looking like this clip art picture I'm going to put on the screen here. But in China, it's not so simple. There is no one all-encompassing word for noodle. Yes, when you do Chinese lessons, they'll teach you that the word for noodle is mian or miantiao, but these more refer to a wheat-based noodle. Here in China, there is a separate, unique word for every single variety of noodle. So when I say today the theme of our video is noodle, which I'm sure in the subtitles they're probably going to translate as mian or miantiao, I really mean long, thin, carby things that look like this clip art picture here. So without further ado, let's get our first bowl of long, thin, carby things of the day. At this store here, they serve up Meep. It's a cold jelly-like noodle made from rice.
在西安的凉皮有很多种，像米皮儿，还有面皮，还有这个擀面皮儿，它都属于凉皮儿。但是在西安人心里边呢，最早的、最老的就是秦镇的米皮。米皮呢，它是用鲜米，里边有江米啊、糯米、大米3种米，然后经过这个5到6个小时的浸泡，让米充分的吸饱水之后呢，然后把它打成米浆。
I've been told the key to better texture is to add some hot water to this ground rice mixture right before it's cooked. When it comes to Meep, texture is super important.
蒸制的过程当中呢，它这个米皮一定要讲究是筋薄细软，不但这个不能特别硬，对吧？它软的同时还要保证它的筋度。
So absolutely everything is done to ensure the texture is absolutely top notch. Once the mixture is ready, it's spooned onto this round surface, spread out carefully like a pancake, and added to the steamer for about 3 minutes. It's then left to cool for a bit before the cutting step begins, a step I was actually able to get involved in. First, I spread some oil onto the top of it. It felt so nice. And then I very carefully peeled off one single layer. And now time for the fun part, inserting it into this machine that cuts it into thin strips. Okay. 怎么样？
非常好。
是吗？
非常好。
I made Meep. Now to plate up, they add bean sprouts, some of that Meep, some salt, vinegar, seasoned water, and garlic juice. And now for the drama. He grabs a handful of Meep and dunks it inside a bowl of chili oil. Holy moly, doesn't that look incredible and so deliciously jiggly too? Breakfast of champions. My personal favorite moment is when he takes a handful of those Meep and he dunks them into that chili oil. But there are so many sauces in here that he's included. So first things first, I'm gonna go and mix this up really well. Oh wow. The texture of that Meep is just like so bouncy in my mouth. It feels like I'm chewing a trampoline. It's just bounce, bounce, bounce. It has the most satisfying mouthfeel, honestly. And the taste is just incredible as well. You've got like a smokiness from that chili oil, and you've also got a slight crunch, a little bit of a texture sensation from these bean sprouts as well. Wow, it's so good. Also not too spicy, so if you're someone who can't really handle too much spice, but you want the flavor of the chili, this is the dish for you. The lady here is so nice. She said, oh, yeah, you've got your Meep, that's great, but you've missed out on the other 3 items that you need to get with this dish. Another one is this yumichi, this kind of a juice of corn, which I'm gonna have a little spoonful here. I mean, it's not like super flavorful. I think it's more of like a palate cleanser because that Meep is very flavorful. So I think it just kind of cleanses the palate a bit so you can go in for another few bites. And of course, we also have a 肉夹馍, one of my favorite favorite foods here in XI'AN. I wasn't actually planning on eating it today. It's supposed to be in tomorrow's video that I'm filming, but I'm interested to try this one because it's actually made from pork. And tomorrow the one that I'll be eating is made from beef because I want to make a halal video. So I thought, okay, let's try this pork one and see how it tastes. Wow, it's like so incredibly juicy. While they were making it, they asked me if I want the fatty version or the lean version. Of course I said I want the fatty version and she was like, yep, that's it. That's the one you should be choosing. And it's just so juicy when I bite into it. It's amazing, very meaty, very savory, very hearty. And that bread is incredible too. It's so crispy on the outside. One thing's for sure, I'm glad I took her advice. Even though I came specifically to try this Meep here, this here is the perfect combo of taste. Those cold, punchy, jiggly noodles with that hot, meaty, juicy pork bun, and when it all gets a bit much, a few mouthfuls of the corn juice. It's just absolute perfection. So coming to XI'AN and taking this deeper dive into the cuisine and the food has been one of my top travel goals for 2024. But when it comes to personal goals, one of the big changes I've been wanting to implement this year is to begin therapy. So I've mentioned it, I think once or twice in past videos, just in passing, but I do suffer from anxiety and therapy is something I really should have been doing for years already. But for one reason or the other, whether it be being based in China, the expense, or the effort finding the right therapist for me, it's just been something that's always been pushed to the bottom of my to-do list. But thanks to the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp, I am actually finally going to be starting my therapy journey. So BetterHelp, it's an online service used by over 4 million people, and basically it works to connect you with a credentialed therapist. And this was the big draw card for me. As I mentioned, one of the big reasons I haven't done therapy already is just all the effort that I know is behind ringing around and trial and error to find the right therapist fit for me. But thanks to BetterHelp, you just fill out a questionnaire when you sign up with the service. It runs you through things like, what are your challenges you're facing at the moment? What kind of therapist are you after? And then you'll be matched to a therapist that may be suitable for you. And get this, if you feel like after your first session, it's not a good fit, you can change therapists at no additional cost. It's super easy. And I already know that BetterHelp is just gonna be so perfect for my lifestyle. I'm very on the go. I'm here, there, and everywhere. I can book sessions at times that's convenient for me and my schedule. And also because sessions are conducted online rather than in person, I can do them from anywhere, and I've also learned that depending on what you're more comfortable with, you can have your sessions via phone call, video call, even messaging, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. So I've actually booked my first session with BetterHelp right after this trip. I'm really excited to see how it goes and beginning this journey. I'll keep you updated, but if you're interested in starting your own therapy journey, you can check out the link in my description. I'll also put it on the screen here, and by using this link, not only will you be supporting my channel, but you'll also receive 10% off your first month of BetterHelp therapy sessions. So yeah, give it a go, try it out and see if therapy is a good fit for you. What is happening, XI'AN? I thought this was going to be like a summer vacation compared to Chongchun. Came down here ready to wear my transition winter jacket, but it's absolutely freezing. It is lunchtime, it's time for our second noodle of the day, and this noodle here in XI'AN, you're gonna hear it before you smell it or even see it. It's of course Mian. The name itself is an onomatopoeia coming from the sound of the noodle being slapped against the countertop. And as you walk through here in XI'AN, you see it and hear it everywhere. It's one of the most famous Chinese noodles internationally. It's also one of my personal favorites. I mean, what's not to love? Everything from those wide, springy, juicy wheat noodles, that delectable chili oil made by tipping boiling oil over chili flakes and garlic, all the way down to those little goodies you can pick out with your chopsticks at the end. Oh, how I love these noodles. Just don't ask me to write the character. It's one of the most complicated ones out there, but ironically enough, this super complicated character makes it very easy to identify where in XI'AN are selling these Mian. I've got one store behind me here, but something to know about this store, it's one of the more popular and famous and more reviewed places here in XI'AN, which I typically avoid, but when I saw the photos online of the noodles served at this place, I knew I just wanted to come and try it for myself. Firstly, they serve the noodles in this massive silver bowl that I would typically use for, like, I don't know, mixing cakes or something. It's just absolutely massive portion. And secondly, I'm loving how red the noodles are. I mean, For me, one of the more disappointing things about a biang is if it's too watery. Like if the sauce and that oil is unable to stick to the noodle and you can't get the taste as you're eating the noodles.
So let's get inside and see if it lives up to the hype. There are 2 noodles on the menu, a special one for 25 renminbi and a normal one for 18 renminbi. The special one looked like it had a bit more ingredients, so I went for that one because when it comes to biang mian, the more flavor, the better.
Oh my god, guys, check this out. Okay, so I've just picked up my bowl of noodles. Also, of course, got myself a bingfong because that's just like the most classic combo for these spicy noodles, to have some of this like Fanta kind of soft drink. Check out how big this bowl is. I mean, the noodles inside, it's not filling the whole bowl, but the thing about a biang mian, you need to really mix it together well, and by having a massive bowl, you're not gonna you're reducing the risk of getting oil all over your clothes. So I really appreciate this big bowl. There are no words to describe how excited I am for this bowl of noodles. And also it's a little bit different. They've added this gravy on top, which is a little bit different to what you usually see with the biang noodle. It's usually just those cubed veggies, the chili oil on top, a little bit of meat, some greens, and of course those really wide, juicy noodles. I'm gonna mix it up and see what it's all about. See if it's as good as people say it is. Also, you may be wondering, how did I manage to pull this off? Such a popular restaurant and really hardly anyone here. Well, what I've learned is you really gotta pick your hours. I am here at 3 p.m. on a weekday and I have the place almost to myself, so that's always good. I hate lining up. Anyway, less talking, more eating. Let's mix this up. Gonna go in for my first bite of this noodle. First impressions, I mean, that is ticking all my boxes right now. That is so red and amazing. Not an ounce of whiteness on that noodle. Let's try, guys. That noodle consistency is absolutely on point. It's not too tough, it's soft, it's juicy, it's bouncy. It's everything I could ever want from a carb. I mean, look how wide that is. As for the sauce, it's got a little bit of a chili kick. Probably not enough for me personally, so it's good we have some extra chili here that I might put on top. But yeah, as for the flavor itself, I'd say it's good. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10. Is it the best biang mian I've had in my life? I'd say no, it's not. But it also wouldn't be an exaggeration for me to say this is my 100th or 200th bowl of these noodles. I love them so much, so I really know what I'm looking for. I'm missing a little bit more whack bang from that sauce for some reason. I guess I was expecting a little bit more flavor considering just how red the outside of that noodle is, but it's good. I mean, I'm happily going to eat this entire bowl. This is still the ultimate comfort package for me. Whether that's in China, Australia, anywhere, if I can get my hands on a bowl of biang mian, I'll get it with some kind of orange beverage. If I'm in the West, that's Fanta. In China, it's baby yang or a bingfong. Here seems to be bingfong is the more popular option. It just goes together like bread and butter. This is also Dirk's favorite noodle right now. So how about we try giving him a sneaky little call while he's at work and make him jealous. He's unavailable. I guess the universe is trying to tell me not to make him jealous.
Nah, jokes. Where there's a will, there's a way.
It is dinner time and we are finishing off this food adventure with the ultimate finisher. I really don't think it's possible for someone to come here, have this bowl of food that we're about to have, and actually leave in any way hungry.
I'm of course talking about the iconic Yangrou Palmo. It's a bread and mutton soup, but it doesn't just show up on your table looking like this. Oh no, sir. This is a dish you've got to work for. So let's back it up to a bit to how this dish actually starts out with 2 of these baked buns in a bowl. You've got to get in there and break it up by yourself into progressively smaller and smaller pieces by hand.
I mean, I have to say I'm always a fan when you can get somehow involved in the preparation process. It makes your food taste more fragrant knowing the hard work that went into it. And this is something that actually takes quite a bit of time. I mean, prepare to work for your food here. You really need to get it into quite small pieces, not too small, because the smaller it is, like, it'll just become a glop. You want it to be around pea shape. Around this size, your pieces. So that's what I'm doing right now. I feel like this is a meal that would be perfect to, like, you know, bring some girlfriends, have a chat, catch up, or even just like listen to a podcast and just like get immersed in your task.
I actually did just that and very happily spent around 15 minutes tearing up this bread until it was about this size.
I think I'm done. People from XI'AN, let me know how I did. Is this small enough? Is it too big? I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna take it over to the window and get them to put in some soup?可以吗?
So at this restaurant, once you hand over your bowl of ripped bread, they'll add vermicelli noodles, some other toppings, and of course the mutton. Then it's taken over to this station where the chef heats it up, mixes it all together in a wok, and that's it.
And first impressions when I got my chopsticks and kind of pushed through this a bit is this lamb is just so tender. It just falls apart when you nudge it. I think I'm just gonna try some of that first. Oh my God, don't need to chew it, just push it down. It is just so soft, wow. And we've got our pieces of bread here. We've also got some strips of tofu, it looks like, some woody and mushrooms. We have our vermicelli in here, our noodles. These vermicelli noodles are the tenuous link that has enabled Yarrow Palmore to be included in this noodle themed video. Because yes, technically there are noodles inside, but I guess I'd more classify this as more of a bread and meat soup. I have to say, I feel like a proud mum looking at this dish right now. I mean, those bits of bread were crumbed by myself. I did that. I feel very proud. I guess let's just get some of this in my chopstick. Oh man, it's quite hard to pick up. Yum. I have to say this is an absolutely 10 out of 10 dish. I don't know if it has anything to do with the cold weather outside, but this is exactly what the doctor ordered. It's warm, it's hearty, it's meaty. That mutton in there, it just is so flavorful. It gives a really rich taste to this. The bread that I have, you know, cut into pieces, I think I've done a really good job because it's neither too soft or too hard. It's just a good texture. It's still got a little bit of resistance when I put it in my mouth. It's honestly got to be up there as one of the most warming and hearty dishes I've had in China, and that's really saying something because I'm currently living in Dongbei, which is like the hometown of warming and hearty food. We also have some side dishes here on my table. So this is like a chili sauce, and I was also given some pickled garlic here to have with my palmore. Let's give it a go. First I'm gonna try this chili sauce. Ooh, it's like really, really salty, and it tastes quite fermented as well, a little bit like a doubanjiang. Let's try it with the palmore. I mean, talk about whack bang. This is the definition. Oh, it's so salty. You just need a tiny bit of it per bite. Adds like a big kick of flavor.
Now let's try this pickled garlic.
想问一下，这个应该怎么吃？
What a funny dude. I was just asking, like, how do I eat this? I was like, can I just eat a bite? He's like, yeah, no problem. It was only after I had eaten a bite, he's like, oh, just make sure you take the skin off. So just make sure you take the skin off the garlic before you actually put it in your mouth. I really like that, actually. I mean, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of raw garlic, but I think pickling does something to it. It gives it a really nice freshness, a sourness. And I think you really do need some kind of pickle to go with this Yarrow Palmore because it is a heavy dish. It's delicious. I could talk for days about how delicious it is, but after half a bowl, it's starting to feel like, ooh, that's heavy. I need something to help me get it down. This is really good. What's surprising me most about this whole experience is how much I'm enjoying this pickled garlic. It's definitely my favorite way to enjoy just a pure clove of garlic over anything else I've tried before. It takes out all of that spiciness and intensity that you get from just like having a clove of garlic, but I've already had 3. I had 3 cloves of garlic just like that. It's delicious and it goes so well with the palmore. Man, what a way to finish our day. I mean, absolute perfection. This place is amazing. I came here on the recommendation of one of my Instagram followers. Their family is from XI'AN and they always come to this restaurant. And I thought, you know what? Sounds pretty good to me. If they like it, I'm sure I will too. And I have loved it. My favorite dish of the day. Hands down, if you're in XI'AN, come here. But anyway, I am slowly but surely going to do my best to finish this bowl. Anything I can't finish, I'm going to take away and have for breakfast tomorrow. But that's going to bring us to the end of today's food adventure. I hope you've liked it. It's my first video from here in XI'AN and it is not going to be the last. And I cannot wait for what tomorrow is going to bring. So if you haven't already, please press subscribe. It would really, really mean the world to me. And yeah, I will see you here in XI'AN next week on my channel. Bye guys.